Okay, now that we have read the book, here's what I want you to be able to do is to be able to find your assignment. So you'll go to our homepage, we'll go up to content. We'll get into the anthem. And so it's in Anthem, it's under assignments, and then it's all the way at the bottom. Okay, so you have your vocab words. So complete the Google form and answer the questions about the end of our novella. And you may want to submit it, do a couple now, press submit, and then you can go back and do some later. I'll show you what that would look like. Okay, so I'm wondering, what's your name? Actually, put your name if you want credit. And how did you primarily read the book? The first time I read it, I listened to the audio. So vocab, what are the vocab words that are shown in these images? Give it your best shot. Some of this, so we've got some chapter 10 through 12 questions. Some of them are reflections now that we've read the whole thing. And with this new knowledge, how does that apply? So we've got some multiple choice questions. A lot of these are except or all but one. So you're trying to find the one that is not true. Okay, so there's a lot of excepts. So keep an eye out for that. Short answers here. What's the role of books and manuscripts? How is that important for knowledge and freedom? And we have this in the world of Anthem. No one is ever alone, but they're always lonely. How can this be? Maybe some of your COVID stuff has helped you. So what I recommend doing is, if you are strapped for time right now, what you can do is press submit. It's not going to be complete, but if you press submit, then what you can do is go back to that link and then you just press edit your response. And now you can go back and finish. So maybe you didn't have time to do the CER, but now you do. Let's look at that CER. That text is kind of small. There we go. So Anthem is an expression of author Ayn Rand's beliefs that the needs of the individual should come before the many. At the end of the book, Equality, now Prometheus, has escaped from his repressive city and is living in the forest, in the woods, reading books. He's discovered the word I, and he has decided that it is the word we is most evil. Do you agree with him? So should people always put themselves first? So should we put the I before the we and only consider others as an afterthought? Do you agree with him? Or is there a middle ground where empathy can come in and somewhere we might not have total agreement at all times, but is there a way that we can have a society that not only looks out for ourselves, but other people? What do you think? So this is in your opinion. You are not getting graded by whether or not you say, yes, I agree with him, or no, I disagree with him. You're getting points by how well do you express your idea. So the claim, one sentence that tells the reader what your paragraph is going to be about. So an example might be that there are times when it's important to put yourself first, but there are also times when it's right to consider others' needs. So this is a nice example of someone who says, well, there's kind of some middle ground. You might say, I agree with equality in Ayn Rand's Anthem, that the individual's needs should be put before the many. That could be another example of a claim. You're going to find one piece of evidence from the text. You can use the whole thing. This is where you can use some of those resources that I've linked. There's a lot of quotes that resources will pull. So if you go to Shmoop or Cliff Notes, you can pull quotes based on certain topics. So maybe you can find a quote based on individualism or society. Here's one. So equality says, to be free, a man must be free of his brothers. That is freedom. That and nothing else. So what is your evidence? If you're not sure if equality is saying it, you could say like Rand writes, and then you could put your quote with the Rand, the part or the page. We don't really have page numbers because I gave you an online text, so maybe you found a quote from part 10. I don't know. Now you're going to explain what that means. So this means that blah, blah, blah. Connect the evidence to the claim. Why is it important? Why is it important to put the needs of yourself before other people? Why is it important to put needs of others above yourself sometimes? And then tie it back to the claim. So you've said your evidence, you've explained it, you've explained why it's important, and now you have one last sentence that you could maybe ask someone to imagine. Like, would you like to live in a world like equality is from? Or maybe we as a society in the United States today could change something. I don't know. You tell me. What's your opinion? And that's going to be how we're ending it. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is your last assignment for trimester 2. Yay! Keep up the good work.